What the freak? What's going on? Hey everybody, it's Tyler from Valve News Network. How you guys doing today? I'm doing all right. So for the last few weeks, or let's say last few months, I've published, I think, 2 reports on a possible lead related to future Valve content coming to one of their games. It seemed as if there was a lot of stuff going on the back end of Left 4 Dead 2. Ever since Half-Life Alyx came out, the community started realizing that, wait, Left 4 Dead 2 is getting a lot of these back-end updates. What the fuck is going on with that? Well, it turns out something was going on with that. I made a video about 2 months ago where I talk about how there were these servers that you couldn't access that had like 30 players on them at one time playing a map that didn't exist in Left 4 Dead 2, seemingly related to the final survival map ever created for Left 4 Dead 1, The Last Stand. This is the lighthouse survival map that never came to Left 4 Dead 2 and was the only piece of content from Left 4 Dead 1 that never existed in Left 4 Dead 2. Today, we got a teaser trailer for the update. It's called The Last Stand Update.
Engineer
and
gaming.
Unfortunately, this teaser trailer is currently only hosted on one of the community members that I was... Okay, just let me explain! Alright, I'm sorry. There's a lot of fucking stuff going on right now. Okay,
right.
I'm gonna pause alerts. In my initial report related to this possible Last Stand port is a list of every user that accessed the servers. I did a report talking about how there were all of these unaccessible servers running a newer version of Left 4 Dead 2, playing a map that did not exist, and I had the list of users who connected to that server in the server's history log. Jays, the uploader of this video, was on the list. This is real. No, I wasn't going to fucking dox the development team of this really strange situation. But here's the deal, this is real, and it's going to be posted to the official Left 4 Dead 2 blog by tomorrow. Mark my words. This is huge for multiple reasons. Number 1, this appears to be dominantly community made, yet going officially into Valve's own build. Turn your nose up to that as much as you like, but this is fucking huge. This means somebody at Valve thought it was valuable to reach out to competent community creators to breathe new life into a project that Valve internally doesn't have the time to work on. What do you think I'm getting at? I'm not a significantly massive fan of that game. It's good, but only if you're playing it with friends. But I still very much identify that what's going on right here is historic in relation to Valve, how they operate and what they normally do. What is the norm for Valve? What is this not? It's not Source 2, so you can calm that shit down. I don't even fucking know what's going on, to be completely honest with you. I don't know what is exactly in this update, but I know for a fact it's more than a port of a single map. It's enough that required like 27 community members to be related to it? That server list with those community 27? This is like, I can't even begin to describe to you how excited this makes me. And Left 4 Dead 2 is like my least favorite Valve game. If Valve generates a good amount of value, at least compared to the amount of effort they need to put into it, this is just the beginning. This is the start of just such an enormous, hugely important new chapter on how Valve could interact with their communities. There are 2 Team Fortress 2 community members that fucked it up for all of us. For all of us. And kind of completely killed the idea of people in the community being able to create things for official games. And if you show your support, and if the content that comes out of this is legitimately worth our time, this is not just going to happen for Left 4 Dead 2. Now it's time to take questions.
Nice. A restoring of community-driven updates after the TF2 invasion disaster.
That's what we're looking at here, yep. And right now...
What?
27 community members means that Left 4 Dead 2 has a team that is 27 times bigger than TF2.
Nice.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. Do you think Valve is only doing this because they're working from home? Absolutely. Yes. But that doesn't mean they'll stop when they get back to the offices if they've already developed good contacts and working relationships. If these people that are doing this thing are capable of just kind of being independent and just creating things systematically and just only really needing Valve to push the button and QA a bit, you kidding? It's free money. It's honest to God free money for Valve. Hi Tyler, what have I missed? A lot.
I'm assuming this for PC only, as
Yeah.
if Valve would touch PS3
This isn't gonna
or
come out on
Xbox
consoles.
360.
There's no fucking way. No, it's not gonna come out on consoles. Are you kidding me? Like, Microsoft would even let you push to a 360.
Nice.
I don't understand.
Recently, Valve has been doing a lot of collabs with other companies. Do you think they would do one with Nintendo?
They've tried. They've tried many times. They tried with the Wii, they tried with the Switch, and it's just Valve isn't good at working with third parties in a direct and active way. Valve, Randy Pitchford, as shitty of a person as he is, he told the story on the NoClip documentary about how when they were making Opposing Force and Blue Shift, there was like no communication. They just finished it and then they were like, okay, fine, and shipped it. What's going on with the Giggle League video? Okay,
Nice.
I don't want to get
Love
off
you.
topic from Valve stuff because all you here are here for Valve, but for those that care, the big ass Nintendo Giggle League is not over. So my Giggle League reporting is kind of just like waiting. I've been hearing shit, and I don't want to say specifically what I've been hearing because I want it to happen. But my major Giggle League reporting that's going to be happening is dispelling false claims, false rumors, false information, because there's just so much misunderstanding as to what's actually happened, what's going on, that kind of thing. But there's going to be another Giggle League. It's not over. The people who leaked it have so much more. So, any speculation as to what else might be in the Left 4 Dead update beyond The Last Stand? I hope for new weapons. Do you know what would be the best? New voice lines. If they somehow were able to get new voice lines into the game, I think that would probably be my favorite thing ever. I don't know. But new weapons, new voice lines, and a new campaign. That's what I want. Have you heard any rumors about Valve working with the community to port Super Donkey to Left 4 Dead 2? I have not. When are you going to post the full Ravenholm interview? I did. Didn't I? Did I not? No. Did I not? Oh shit, did I not do that? Oh, I did. Don't fucking... Come on, guys. I balance like 5 channels. Fuck off. Valve should do new voice lines with vocal synthesis. Yeah, I know, right? You guys like raisins? Oh shit. You guys like raisins? They're my healthy snack. My US history teacher test tested positive. I haven't left my house since March. Tyler, are you okay? No. Here's my mental health medication. Here's my vitamins. Here's my craisins. Here's my Corin. You know, all of this Left 4 Dead development really makes me think about probably one of my favorite pieces of journalism in the last decade. In a statement to IGN, Valve has denied any development on a new Left 4 Dead title, such as Left 4 Dead 3, calling the rumors on such a project misinformation. Quote, "We've seen rumors to this effect for the last couple of months," Valve said in a statement. "We did briefly explore some Left 4 Dead Next Gen opportunities a few years ago, but we are absolutely not working on anything Left 4 Dead related now and haven't for years. It's clear that some people are having fun creating misinformation to spin up the community in other outlets. Unfortunately, for now, a new Left 4 Dead game is not something we're working on." You know, that really fucked up my credibility, Valve. Okay. Such a weird year. This is weird. This year fucking sucks. I want to go to the thrift store without feeling like I'm gonna kill your grandma.
What?
I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Cosmetics in Left 4 Dead 2 would kinda kill half of the modding community making custom player models. What I would want is them to slowly roll out Source 2 to their games, starting from smaller ones, Left 4 Dead's Portals, etc., and then flagship PogChamp.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've discussed that idea in the past where you could use Left 4 Dead 2 as a workshop conversion test bed to then later be to gather information and learn ways of doing it for a much larger and more important workshop like Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Yeah. And it's also important to note that CSGO is essentially built off of Left 4 Dead 2's code base, especially early on. Yeah, I don't want my Left 4 Dead 2 mods to break. Well, that's the point, is for them to figure out if it will break. Would it break? If we ported to Source 2, how does it break? How could we fix it? I mean, if they ever wanted to port CSGO, Left 4 Dead, TF2, any of them to Source 2, that's something you need to figure out. You know what I mean? So, is Left 4 Dead 3 real? Yeah, they talked about it in the final hours. In detail. Any word on your Fallout 76 video? Script has been written since, oh god, January. My concern is that Bethesda Legal isn't really nice to deal with. Bethesda Legal scares me, you know? Like, the one really big Bethesda report I've done so far on Fallout Online, aka Fallout Shelter 2, the Chinese exclusive Fallout Shelter sequel, which is better than Fallout Shelter in every conceivable way, that I had direct contact with the developers. They produced me an English version copy of the game. I recorded footage, waited a year, got okays from the developers, published my reports. The Bethesda lawyers copyright striked me in a day and refused to talk to me whatsoever about the circumstances of that game. Bethesda people scare me. But at the same time, I want to do reports on I want to do reports on the Doom DLC and Deathloop and Starfield and 76, and you know, there's a lot of cool shit I'd like to do reports on, but so, if you were offered a job at Valve as community manager on the terms that you would have to shut down all your channels, would you accept? Under very specific circumstances, because that could very easily be a trap. Possibility of Valve coming back to TF2 after quarantine? 0%. They could do something during quarantine. There's no evidence that they are, other than possibly adding Trust Factor into the game. But doing something when they get back to the offices? Absolutely not. When they get back to the offices, people are going to be like, finally, let's work in VR again. Or, finally, let's make an AR game. Or, finally, let's drill holes in our heads and try and live forever. The Team Fortress 2 isn't dead. It's just the team of Team Fortress 2 isn't full-time, first of all. And it's like 1 to 3 people depending on the circumstances. Has Valve given up on Team Fortress 2? No, and they never will. The value that it generates day to day monetarily by itself, just by existing, completely justifies the time, effort, and resources it requires to upkeep the servers and the economy. Once that falters, the whole thing falls apart, and you'll know when that happens. But right now, the game is still in a very good position, and you have shit like Creators and Potatoes and RGL. The community is doing great, and I know I am on the Creators team, and if you think that means I created the hack lag bots, see a doctor, you fucking weirdo. Do you think Citadel development has also stopped? Yes. Paused, but yes. Could you play with a party of YouTubers online for Left 4 Dead 2? Simple Flips might be down for it. Danny might be down for it. No Clip. I could probably get Dave Oshry from New Blood. Maybe Civi. Maybe Eddie Burback. I'll ask my friends. We'll see what happens. Bush Baby. Get Joel. Oh my god. You could play Left 4 Dead 2 with Jakey. Oh damn, he would be down. Yeah, but he's been busy in New York lately. I'll ask my guy. I have a guy, it's like, we have a mutual friend. My dream Left 4 Dead team would be Joel, Jerma, Simple Flips, myself. That's my dream. That would be, oh, I'd cry. That'd be so fucking cool. It seems like the general public has a significant lack of understanding on how Valve actually works. Yeah, they have no hierarchical structure, but that doesn't mean there aren't people that have power over other people. The longer you've been at Valve, the more projects you've shipped, the popularity of your character or individual personality within the community, and your rock star status within the industry that you were hired from puts you above anybody else that doesn't fulfill those qualities. So if I, personally me, Tyler McVicker, goes to Valve to work on TF2, which I don't know what the fuck I do. I don't program. I'm Tyler McVicker. I'm the fucking guy. Like, you know, you love me or hate me. I don't make games. But let's say I'm Tyler McVicker, the programmer, and I'm like, you know, well known. That means I have more ability and power than people that aren't well known. I have a voice, others don't, which means my decisions, my personal wants and ideas hold more value than those that don't have that kind of power. So the whole idea of just, well, why don't you just hire more TF2 people? That happens all the time. People go to Valve thinking, I'm gonna work on TF2. Do you know what happens? They get schoolyard cornered into working on a Rockstar's project because choosing to work on something that the higher ups, the Rockstars, the old garb doesn't deem as generating value, which is completely subjective and completely their own decision, then they're gonna fire you. Come evaluations next year, you're getting fired. It's you know. What does Gabe do in the company these days? Well, right now he's in New Zealand and has been since March. And he's been in New Zealand for so long that he's now a tax citizen, I think. And he's really obsessed with brain-computer interfacing and had very little to do with Half-Life Alyx. I don't know what he does. He's a figurehead. He plays Dota 2 against bots on an exercise ball and puts a lot of money into immortality born out of brain chips. I don't know. He's a billionaire. I don't know. Do you know if it's really good to work at Valve? No. Valve is not the perfect game developer destination vacation that they try and, like, you know, broadcast that they are. The good example of that is the leak of their employee handbook was done internally, and that leak is now publicly hosted on their website, and it's what is it called? Employee advertising or something like that. They're just trying to get more people in. So it's funny seeing Nintendo fans get a little salty with me because maybe one of the rumors in my video isn't accurate. It's nothing compared to some of you guys from the TF2 community when I push out real information. Oh man, it's funny because I was just like, oh, this is all that's gonna like that guy from Game Explain's gonna like just indirectly shit on me without giving any information or receipts. Okay, yeah, that's nothing compared to what I deal with the Valve fans. Y'all didn't think you thought I made up Half-Life Alyx, you bunch of dumbasses. You threatened to kill me and my family many times because you thought I made it up. Hop in VC for like 2 seconds. All right, 2 seconds. Hello? 1, 2.
How's it go?
Tyler with the bands. You want to know a good... I'm not wealthy, and I know these are name brand Ray-Ban sunglasses, which retail for like $150. I didn't buy them. There was one time where Electra and I took a walk to the convenience store. Took like half an hour to walk there because we live in the middle of nowhere. These were just on the side of the road. They're real. They're legitimate Ray-Bans. They were just somebody must have thrown them out their car window. They were just there. Electra's like, are those Ray-Bans? And I'm like, those are Ray-Bans. And Electra's like, yoink, mine! But they're huge. I have a big ass head. A head so big it almost killed my mother during childbirth. And they fit my head. Anything related to a September Nintendo Direct? I mean, I've heard stuff. I'm not gonna say one way or the other exactly where I've heard, when I've heard shit's gonna happen, because Nintendo Direct news seems to be stuff people are willing to murder over. So I'm gonna predict, I'm gonna try and give you all the information I have and predictions I can make on what could be in that Direct. But I'm not playing this guess the date game. Y'all are crazy. Fuck that. No, they've got more than Pikmin 3. You still got Pokemon Snap. The internal release date back when they announced it was November 22nd. I don't know if they're going to be able to hit that now. There's your exclusive. New Switch model, Steam headphones. Steam headphones is, imagine this without the headset. You're just strapping the best damn headphones ever made to your head to use off-ear immersion goodness in any video game. Thank you, Emily Ridgway. Are they actually going to be a thing? I don't know. They've been prototyped. Oh, are they actually good headphones? They're fucking fantastic. Okay. That is the unsung hero of the Valve Index. The FOV is great. The panels are decent. They're LCDs, so, you know, black levels are... The strap is amazing. This screams quality. But the best feature of this headset are these headphones. They don't touch your ears. This sits on your head and these just float next to your ears. You think that would sound like shit, but instead, these sound amazing, and because nothing is actually touching your ears, the sounds from these open can, off-ear headphone things mix with the actual ambient sounds in your room and become so much more significantly real than if they were actually sitting on your head. Because when you wear headphones, your brain's like, yeah, I'm wearing headphones, but this thing doesn't touch your ears oh my god, Tyler has ears? Gross. They don't touch your ears at all, so your brain's like, oh shit, those noises are coming from the room that you're in. It's beautiful. Hardware development is hard when everybody's working at home. Valve has a fucking hardware fabrication lab. It's an entirely separate building in Bellevue that they can't go to. And yeah, you can have people prototyping shit in their own homes, but in terms of like legitimate development on any kind of scale that's larger than making one prototype in your house, it's not happening. And the Steam Controller 2.0 has been in development since like 2016. Yo!
If you could take a wild speculatory guess, how would you say the Last Stand L4D2 port got off the ground?
I have no fucking clue. Knowing how shit works with Valve, they probably just emailed him. Somebody had the fucking confidence to just email the right person at the right time. Take advantage of COVID, everybody at home. I'm pretty sure that's my guess. If I were to take a speculative guess, they emailed the right person. There you go. So you could email Valve and get a TF2 update going? Probably not me. I think the people that make the big decisions at Valve aren't massive fans of what I do. Was 2020 always planned to be a laid-back year for Nintendo? No. There's the rumor going around that they're holding things back because of the Switch 2. No, this year was going to be a bunch of ports and remakes because the big stuff was being held back for the next Switch. But the ports and remakes aren't coming out. They had a plan. COVID fucked up that plan. There are so many interviews with Nintendo executives talking about how The stay-at-home orders fucked them up. What would you want from a Team Fortress 3? I wouldn't want a Team Fortress 3. I would want Team Fortress 2 to be updated as a platform, and I'd want the Team Fortress IP to be reused in other games, other titles. The Team Fortress franchise is far more malleable than what TF2 is at its core. Those characters are fantastic. Half-Life Alyx for Nintendo Labo? I'm sure someone will hack that together. How would you feel about a TF2 RTS game? I really would like to see them do anything with the Team Fortress IP. It's their best IP, and it's just so underutilized and underappreciated. My dream Valve game, and I've talked about this many, many times in the past, but my dream Valve game is a single-player, story-driven, first-person shooter where each of the 9 classes has a small campaign that is set up like Half-Life 2, where you would have scripted sequences like in Half-Life 2, where instead of taking control away from the player, you're seeing things happen in front of you in the lore. So it's essentially like you're in Meet the Team shorts with combat and that kind of thing. Just imagine playing the comic stories from TF2. Well, the comics were originally going to be an animated short series on Adult Swim. The storylines that exist in the comics were originally outlined as episodes for a TV show for Team Fortress 2. Valve. How do you think the Facebook Oculus stuff will affect VR overall? Whoa, thank you. It depends how Valve responds. Because if like Facebook VR, Facebook Virtual Labs or whatever it's called, Facebook Reality Labs, if they continue doing what they're going to be doing and Valve continues to just remain silent. I talk about this in the Voices of VR podcast that I don't know when that episode's coming out, but Facebook is lined up to take over the entire medium. Valve needs to step in, or VR will become entirely Facebook owned. I don't care if that sounds hyperbolic. What about Windows Mixed Reality? Windows Mixed Reality interfaces with Steam VR, which is Valve's software. This is literally a Valve versus Facebook debate. Because other than PSVR, there's no other software. You're working with Steam VR or Oculus. So Valve has to make a cheap VR kit or else Facebook would win? No. Valve needs to give money to VR developers to be able to create good titles in the open space. Valve has infinite money. There's no fucking reason why they haven't invested in Stress Level 0, Pistol Whip, fucking Hot Dogs, Horseshoes, Hand Grenades. There's no reason. Beat Saber got bought out. Beat Saber is Facebook owned now. That's gonna keep happening. Alchemy Labs is Google owned now. The good VR developers are gonna either quit and work for Pancake Games, because to be honest, they're making a significant fraction of what they would be making if they were making normal games, or one of the big companies will buy them out and Steam VR will have no games released on it. If Bridge Constructor Portal can exist, why can't VR indie devs bolster the value of the open VR marketplace by making games and the properties that everybody wants? Maybe they are? No, they're not. These companies, these indie devs are fucking freaking out because they don't know if this industry is going to continue, and they don't know if they had wasted a significant chunk of time because Valve just stopped communicating with everybody. Aperture hard hat, fuck off. Aperture hard hat. Man, I'm losing my voice. If Valve bought Unity, they would incorporate the features and turn it into a legitimately finished Source 2. If Facebook bought Unity, they would kill it. They would kill it. And then if Epic bought Unity, they would also kill it. Facebook would rebrand Unity to like the Facebook engine or whatever, and it would become significantly walled off compared to what it is now. Tyler, I can't stop farting, help. Just do it. How's your week been? Fucking crazy. I haven't slept in 2 days. My insomnia is killing me. Do you want to know something really sad? I was organized. I was like talking to Simple Flips about how to organize a competition. Somebody sent me this. This is an OG Oculus Rift CV1 with the touch controllers and the USB trackers. This is a great VR headset. I was gonna give it away to a winner of a Half-Life mapping competition, a Half-Life mod competition. I'm not doing that anymore. I don't know what to do with this, but I am not giving this to anybody. I do not support this company, and I am not allowing any of my fans or audience to get sucked into this bullshit. I might just sell it and then use the money to donate to some kind of privacy charity because I don't want it in my house. As of
Fun
like
fact,
2014.
By using an Oculus product in VR chat, you give Facebook the permission to record the data of any players you interact with regardless of what device they're using.
What? How? Oh. I'm not even going to talk about it. It's probably not true because that seems really illegal. But then you probably agree to it when you sign up for VR chat anyways. Don't use VR chat. Go play Steam VR Home. Just play Rec Room. Don't play VR chat. We collect information about your environment, physical movements, and dimensions. We receive information about the play area that you have defined. So they pay attention to your room? Man, and I wanted a quest. Like, I like the idea of the quest, but... Check Discord DMs. Oh boy, you are making a combine horse. Look at this combine horse. Based on that one piece of concept art of that combine horse, Sterling, the guy that made the amazing Half-Life Alyx Cremator model, is now working on the combine horse. Hell yes. I haven't slept in 2 days.